So I'm here today in a place called Holes Bay in Poole, almost a year to the date that we were involved in rescuing a man overboard who fell off of this boat behind me here. The boat's called Bobo and it's a small fishing boat. On the 31st of July last year, when the sea temperature would have been about 12 or 13 degrees, the chap who owns the fishing boat rowed out to it from his tender, which is where you launch a tender is only 100 metres over there, and in climbing from his tender to his main boat he fell, and he fell between the boats, and being quite a bit of a heavier chap, he caught himself on the way down, and in the process of doing so dislocated his right shoulder, and he ended up pretty much fully submerged and trapped between the two boats with a dislocated right shoulder. Now we've got two chaps in our boat club that are run by the name of Peter and Ollie. This is Peter and Ollie, and they were instrumental in saving the guy's life. What happened, I was teaching a powerboat course and I came up here on a powerboat with some students, and this mystery student, I'll reveal at the end why he was so instrumental in saving the chap's life. But I came past and we were playing music, having a great time. It was 31st of July, summertime, and we didn't hear anything. So we carried on up to Holes Bay, up to Cobb's Quay, which is just a marina just over there. And I was teaching confined space turns at the time. And then Peter and Ollie, about 20 minutes afterwards, after we came past, they came past on this boat that I'm sat on now, and they heard the guy cry for help. And Ollie was only 14 at the time, and he took control of the boat and did a perfect man overboard drift down recovery and got his dad on board so that his dad could help the chap that was in the water. The chap had only been in there for, he reckoned, about half an hour. But when we finally got him ashore, his body temperature was below 30 degrees. He was massively hypothermic and very close to passing away, which is surprising, half an hour in the sea on the 31st of July, but that was the situation. Peter was on board. He'd only just done a VHF radio course with us about a week beforehand, and because of that he was able to send off a near perfect VHF Mayday call. I was up at Cobb's Quay, like I said, the other marina, teaching my students, and as is good practice, we had the radio on our boat set to channel 16, which is the emergency safety and calling channel. So we heard the Mayday call go out, and we listened to it. We saw what we were doing and we listened more at the time because it was just educational for the people I was with. But as we listened, we heard the latitude and longitude, the position of where they were, and we said, Jesus, you know, they're only a few hundred metres over that way, let's go and see if we can help. So we came round, and I panicked at first because I saw our boat with nobody on it, and I thought, oh God, something's happened to people I know. But that wasn't the case. Peter and Ollie were off of our boat and they were helping the casualty in the water. We came round, and my mystery hero was my student. He just so happened to be a consultant anaesthetist at the hospital, and we got him on board, and ultimately he was the chap who did the correct interventions that saved the guy's life. It took about an hour to get the man ashore from where he was to the RNLI College pontoons, which is only over there, so the main rescue boats are over there, and yeah, it's a distance of about 80 metres, and it still took an hour to get him ashore. And the paramedics were there. They just passed everything that they needed to our consultant anaesthetist, who cannulated the man and started doing all those interventions before handing him over to the paramedics. Really important takeaways from the situation that could have gone better, because in terms of the rescue and the training, powerboat training, VHF training, these are all really good skills if you're going to go out on the water. The chap had a really bad day with his fall, but after his fall everything went his way. He met the right people in our boat club, Peter and Ollie. He met the right consultant anaesthetist. We were listening to the right radio channel. Peter was able to get the right VHF called out and raise the alarm, and the paramedics ultimately responded in good time as well. So it's very important when you're going to sea to let people know where you're going, so that if you are missing, people don't know. I mean, if that chap had a routine and once he's on his fishing boat, he phoned somebody and said, I'm on board safe, I'm just going fishing, somebody would have raised the alarm immediately when he didn't make his phone call. And also, if the chap was wearing a life jacket, he wouldn't be nearly submerged in the water and wouldn't be nearly as hypothermic as he was. So even though it's summer, cold water shock and hypothermia are waiting if you have an unfortunate accident. So do take care and remember to wear a life jacket.